Ahoy, this is Denka. In this tutorial, you will learn 5 creative gimbal moves for cinematic video. I will explain everything from the lens selection, gimbal mode and settings, to how to perform each mode. I will be using newly released Cinepeer series Weebill 3E for cameras created by Zhiyun, who is also sponsor of this video. At the end of the video, I'll share my thoughts on working with this gimbal. Let's start with basic move number 1, that is pull back reveal. We are filming later in the evening at 6 p.m. The light is very soft, it is partially cloudy with almost no wind. These are very favorable conditions to achieve a cinematic look. The location is green, so Talent is wearing a red lyrical dance dress that makes her really pop on this location. I'm filming with Sony a7S III, the lens I'm using is Tamron 17 to 28mm. I'm shooting roughly at 24mm in this shot, and I'm using Freewell magnetic VND filters. I'm starting from her left shoulder, showing off the location. The gimbal is in lock mode. Then I'm backing up, revealing my subject in the shot. This is a very basic pullback reveal. All clips are filmed at 60 frames per second. Once the clip is slowed down 40% and color graded, this is the final result we are going to get. The first shot was focused mainly on the location. The subject stayed anonymous. Let's change the focus on the subject this time by simply adding a movement. She's going to turn around and look at the camera. You don't want to have the subject turn too fast or too late. The timing needs to be just right, and you need to pay close attention to your framing. You don't want to be too far from her. The face should be covering the frame nicely for the viewer to be drawn to her face. Let's create even more dynamic shots by adding even more movement. I'm going to show you 2 shots. The gimbal is now in pan-follow mode. I'm going to have Miss M turn around and walk away, exiting on the right as I am backing up and going down to the ground. The shot didn't work out well. Let me show you another one. The same shot, except she's crossing from right to left, exiting on the left. This one is more eye-catching as she crosses the frame, creating bigger movement rather than just exiting on the right. Let's create a move number 2 with the intention of creating a hero shot. I'm going to show you 2 takes that will explain why one clip doesn't feel as it is a hero shot, but the other does. Let's say I want to reveal my subject as a hero shot, but at the same time, in my mind, I want to sort of keep showing off the location. I'm going to start from behind the subject, revealing the location, backing up, having her turn around, and then I'm going to pan to the right to show more of a lake. The end result feels all over the place. I'm only briefly showing my subject and then losing her. Let's simplify this shot. I'm going to do the same move, except once Miss M turns around, I'll keep her in the frame while I'm backing up, going down. The lower angle gives her importance in the shot, and that creates this whole hero feel. Notice that as I am starting from her left shoulder, she's turning clockwise in the opposite direction. If she turned counterclockwise, the result wouldn't be as dynamic. Let's add one more move to this shot that will change the feel of the clip completely. I'm going to do the same thing as before. Miss M will do the same, but then add another turn and walk forward at the end. This shot is perfect for ending a story. All you have to do is add dip to black effect at the end of the clip. The following shot is move number 3. Let me start by showing you 2 clips that are created by beginners quite often. The subject is simply walking forward while I am walking next to her. First of all, she's quite tall. The camera should be at her eye level. I'm having a bit of a hard time here to keep the camera too high, so I opted for a little bit lower angle instead. In this first shot, she's on the right side. The location is exposed behind her. She looks as she is running off the frame. This is not a good shot. Let me show you another clip. In this clip, she's in the center of the frame. The focus is clearly on her, but the result is kind of plain. It's time to show you the third take that has the best result. The subject is on the left, facing the center of the frame. She's looking ahead at the location that we can also see. This gives the best following shot result in this case. Let's add some camera movement to this shot. Let's reveal the subject by starting low to the ground, going slowly up, revealing her face. This shot takes practice, as you need to make sure you are following with the same speed, while you are keeping the subject frame at the right place, while you are slowly lifting the camera up. I did only about 3 takes, but the shot could have been much better if we had more time to do many repetitions. When you are filming, don't rush if you have the extra time. More takes will ensure you get the perfect shot. If you are someone who is venturing into filming music videos or dancers, you can go for a combination shot. We are both going to perform the same move at first. Miss M is going to add a turn in counterclockwise direction and keep going straight. I'm going to follow her, and once she turns, I'm going to change my direction and walk forward to reveal a location. If I was filming multiple people, I could have another dancer entering the shot once I changed the direction. Orbit shot is move number 4. I have 3 variations for you that can be used in different scenes. The first one is a classic orbit shot where the subject is standing still. She has the same expression the whole time. I'm simply circling around her, making sure to keep her in the center. I'm using pan follow mode on the gimbal. This can be used in a scene where the subject is simply thinking about something. Perhaps using a voiceover, telling a story or thoughts would be quite suitable. On the other hand, some strong cinematic music would also make the shot really stand out. Dreamy shot suitable for a music video or dance scene is created by adding a movement to the subject. Again, I'm making sure talent is turning in the opposite direction. I'm moving to the right. She's also turning to the right, but since we are facing each other, this creates the opposite dynamic movement. Don't be afraid to direct your talent. For example, in my case, I didn't like the first arm movement, so I changed it a few times. The more you communicate, the better results you will end up with. You can use an orbit shot to close the scene as well. We are both going to perform the same move once again, except I'm going to back up, moving the subject to the left of the frame. All that is left to do is add a dip to black effect once again at the end of the clip. Let's take a look at another classic shot, move number 5, that would be the push in or push forward. For this shot, I'm using lock mode on the gimbal. Before I press record, I go close to the subject. I will frame the ending position of the shot, back up, get myself to the first position, and hit record. This first shot is just a very plain, basic push-in move from the same angle, where the subject is standing still, looking into the camera. To make it more interesting, we can add movement. Miss M is going to start with having her head down and closed eyes. She's then on the cue going to lift her head, look at the camera, and smile. I will start from a lower angle, revealing the full body, and then moving forward, bringing the camera to her eye level. Small changes create big differences in the shots. It's all about communicating with your talent, adding movement and changing your angle. Last variation that can be quite classy is having the talent stand sideways, looking ahead. I'm going to do exactly the same movement, except I will cue the talent to look at the camera and smile. This can be quite a powerful shot, as at first we don't fully see the face, we are guessing how the subject looks like. It's time to introduce the main tool making all these shots possible. This gimbal is called Cinepeer Weebill 3E. Cinepeer is a new series of gimbals that are more budget friendly. This gimbal is an alternative to Weebill 3S. Zhiyun has a very strong base of gimbals. They launched their Crane series in 2016. Their Weebill series in particular did extremely well and received worldwide recognition. This gimbal comes in 3 different models. The light version, another one is with a portrait switch, I have this one, and with sling grip. Let's summarize the main features. Once you fold the gimbal, it is quite small, the size of A4 paper, and the weight is 990 grams. It has native portrait switch, so you don't need any additional accessories to film in this mode. It has more than 16 hours of runtime, and it has a nice OLED screen. It has wireless Bluetooth control, so you don't need to use cables. It controls start and stop recording and trigger photo function. You can customize the trigger button and adjustment wheel for your favorite functions. If you press the trigger button, you can quickly navigate between your favorite shooting modes. The adjustment wheel provides camera settings or axis adjustments. If you choose to go with the Sling Mode 2.0, this can help you to become less tired after a long period of time by as much as 40%. If you noticed, the joystick with these buttons are on the left, not in the center. This was designed for right-handed people. I'm left-handed and it didn't really bother me when I was filming. This gimbal is solid, great for events, weddings, and professional productions. I really enjoyed working with this. For those interested, link to this gimbal can be found below the video in a video description. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and don't forget to check out one of these videos next. See you in there. Ciao, ahoj.